Hi everyone, and welcome to Apotheosis. I forgot that what I did last week to trick Zelda into not saying anything during the hot mic thing is I didn't tell her when the mic was hot.
So mean.
I did do that last week. I was like, oh, I'll tell you when your mics are hot, and I just didn't say anything, and then neither did you. Anyway, welcome to the show, everyone. Please check out the opening links, which are now appearing in the chat, including all the places you can find us and support us, all the places that you can find wonderful merch, like the t-shirt that Mackenzie is wearing, and other cool things. Also check out our Patreon, Twitter, Discord, YouTube. It's all cool stuff. We also have sponsors. Check out Bird and the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press, whom we're very grateful to because they make this all possible. And also please retweet the tweet because that really supports the stream. Let people know where you are and where you're watching. And without further ado, why don't we go around and say hello to everyone. Mackenzie, should I hand over to you?
Alright, yeah, sure. Oh, hi everyone, I am Mackenzie Lane Day on Twitter. I will be your Dungeon Master Mac for the evening, and everything is going to be fine. Don't worry about it. You can find me here as the DM every Tuesday. You can also find me in Tactical Diplomacy and Scratticus and Tactical Diplomacy every Monday. Encounter Roleplays The Broken Crown every Wednesday, and Greyhawk Channel's The Old Faith every Friday. This Wednesday, or tomorrow, actually, I am going to be in a special charity stream over on Dice Priory. It's Shift and Sylvan. It is #ConMachina. We're playing in Tal'Dorei, raising money for, I don't remember the name of the charity, but we're raising money for a good cause. Super exciting. Critical Bard is going to be in there, along with Matthew Foreman and a bunch of other super exciting people, and I can't wait to play. It's going to be awesome. I get to play a gunslinger rogue. And anyways, we're going to go around the screen over to Raven. Oh, hi.
Oh, hello. I'm Raven. You can find me at Raven_co-op. I'm playing Bubbles. You can find me around the internet at Co-op the Podcast and at Book and Bitch, or read books and we bitch about them. That's it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And then we're going to go pop down to Josh at Joshua Barbeau. Oh, hi.
Hi. You can find me at Joshua Barbeau on Twitter is where you can find me. I'm playing Cicera, and I'm looking forward to punching snakes in the face. What more need be said?
It's fine. We're going to punch some snakes in the face. It's going to be awesome. And then we're going to go pop over to the left, over to Zelda at Zeldandroid. Oh, hi.
I am definitely Zeldandroid. My name is Zelda, or Zel, if you prefer. And I play Cepheus, our good big boy, who is currently carrying a small pink tiefling away from a giant serpent.
And I guess last but certainly not least, Scrat, you already introduced yourself, but why don't you talk a little bit about who you're playing?
I'll be playing Skooka Clanahan. Skooka is just so fucking done right now with everything. He's sort of storming towards the beach, away from the beach. There's a big snake. He's not really sure what's going on. It's awfully confusing. It's, you know, we'll work it out somehow.
We'll remind you, your girlfriend is right in the destructive path of sin.
I'm on my stuff. It's all good.
Fine.
It'll be fine.
Being fine. On last episode, which is 2 weeks ago, so let me just jog my memory a little bit. Last episode, we fought. There was a bit of a weird half dream, half reality sequence, I suppose, where a bunch of chaos wormlings attacked our wonderful party. Some were in Skooka's dream, or they were half projected in Skooka's dream and half in Skooka and Sasira's apartment. After defeating those and never really getting any answers as to why they decided to attack, but rolling with it as best they can, they decided to head to the beach as per the advice of M, Bubbles' warlock patron. Upon getting to the beach, they met an interesting individual by the name of Jack, who happened to be Skooka's ex, and had interest in the party. There might have been a slight altercation with a halfling beachfront store owner who had a Valley Girl accent and was very attitude and bitchy, and I loved her. But as things sort of unfolded over with Jack and Skooka, Bubbles, using her detect magic, had gone to the water's edge and had felt a pulse very similar to the shard of the world tree that she has. And as the waves began to swell, a massive serpent, blue and mottled green with giant frills, rose out of the water. What are y'all gonna do as this thing kind of bears down on the beach? And I switch up the music. I'll give you like one thing you can do before we might have to roll something.
I'm currently running up the beach.
As you switch up the music, maybe we should also mention as well that after tonight's show, we will be releasing both of the remaining playlists for our characters, and also we'll be doing an Ask Me Anything in the Discord where you can ask questions of the cast. So yeah.
We also might be doing, if you want to ask some of the characters questions, there might be some in-character AMA opportunities as well. Which includes NPCs, if you ever want to ask me the NPC stuff.
I think Mac just really wants to answer her question as Jack. Like, I think she's really into it.
Please.
I don't know if there's any actions that Skooka would want to perform, to be honest. He might cuss. He might cuss a whole lot. That's Skooka's action. I don't know how much cussing takes up a whole action to do, but that's what he'll do.
6 seconds
I imagine
worth
a
of
lot
swearing,
of
so I mean that you can get quite a few swear words in there.
And I shall gladly do so.
Theater of the mind purposes. Hold on, who is that? One moment. Theater of the mind purposes. Scratticus, I'm sorry, Skooka and Sasira are about 120 feet away from the serpent. Bubbles and Cepheus are about 30 feet. Someone's at my door.
Okay. Don't get murdered.
It's the world serpent. Come to take our.
She's speaking through the
That's my favorite thing.
the physical version of screening phone calls.
Yeah. They can hear her, I bet. They know she's playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
All right.
No,
So-
who that? Good Lord, I don't know who that is. It's fine. I'm not answering it.
You're otherwise engaged. Sasira will see the giant snake, and really, let's be honest, this has been the opportunity that he's been waiting for since he failed to defeat a giant ghost wolf way back. So, you know, some super cool anime shing sound effect is gonna go off, and he's just gonna like launch himself as fast as he can towards this serpent with a glowing fist of
Alright,
fury.
Are you going to be? What's your base movement speed?
My base movement speed is, I believe it's 30 feet. Looking at my character sheet now, it is in fact 30 feet. So with a dash action,
Yeah. With
I
a
can
dash,
close.
Get 60.
Yeah. Now, how you say he's 120 feet away, but how much of that is water? versus sand.
Ooh, I will say, with the tide that just came in, I will say it's about 60-60.
Okay, so I get right to the water's edge then, and I'm assuming going into the water will slow me down, probably.
It's pretty shallow. I will.
Oh,
It
okay,
depends
cool.
because it's the tide, so it's not like super. It's not super deep yet.
Awesome.
Bubbles and Cepheus, you are running the fuck away. I'm assuming.
Yeah, we're making our way to like the top of the beach area.
All right.
At least that's where I'm taking.
I have no control.
All right, and then I think with that, I think everyone should roll me some initiative. Where is this bad boy? Hold on.
Hey, welcome Raiders.
Hey.
Thank you so much. Welcome
The
in.
serpent just rolled a natural 1.
That's what I started cheering for, and then Raiders came, and I was like, oh, hey, Raiders.
I have to roll a secret initiative as well. Oh, what's the modifier?
Secret.
I love how you've declared the secret initiative, making it distinctly less secret.
Not a secret.
Well, I want you to know that it. I want you to know.
I'm just putting you chain.
It's secret in that we don't get to see the result.
Yeah.
And we don't know who it belongs to.
Also,
all right,
also that.
everyone, sound off your initiative, please.
I rolled a 17.
Scrat got a 20. Hell yeah. So
There
we
I
got. Oh wait,
And-
hold on. Oh wait,
And
wait,
I'm
wait.
just going to be that guy and remind all my fellow compatriots in arms that we all have at least one banked advantage we can use.
We do,
Uh,
and it's
Bubbles has
also,
2
Very
banked
nice.
advantages.
and also
Seven.
it is September as well. So at the moment, subs are 50% off, so you can gift advantages for half the normal price.
Even better. And
Sorry,
Cepheus has 2
Mackenzie.
advantages and a nat 20. So let's beat up a snake.
Me forever forgetting I
Okay.
have things.
Yeah.
Okay. Bubbles, what did you roll?
A 13.
You have
Which is
17.
this Friday. Friday the 13th. And it's a full.
Okay, you got a 13. Seth got a 9. And then this got a everyone, hold on. I will be right back. Sorry, something came up. Super sorry.
Okay.
So, what are we gonna do here? We need a game plan.
Cuss.
I don't
Cuss.
know how we're
cuss,
gonna do
cuss.
against a snake.
My
The
game
world
plan is to
serpent.
punch.
I'm looking across at my skills, at the things that I've got, and it's gonna be messy.
I mean, at this point, I'm currently still not planning to rage.
Planning.
Right?
It's gonna be I'm seeing how long it goes before Mackenzie's like, I have to make Cepheus rage.
Right. That's hilarious. I have a spell that makes me run away really, really fast. So I think that might be used.
I mean,
I have an ability that makes me run
Hi,
really, really
everything's
fast towards
going wrong in
enemies.
my apartment. It's fine. Okay.
What?
Sorry,
What'd you
everything's kind of falling apart in my apartment right now. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. No, it's actually not that bad. I'm just like, of course it happens when I'm on street. Anyways, Skooga, you're up.
what? Oh, Jesus. I will. A big
You want to
snake.
take an action to be indecisive?
I mean, I think I'll just use a bonus action to be indecisive if that's okay. And I'll use my action to, I don't know, I'll just fire a firebolt at the thing. Maybe that'll do something. I mean, 120 feet, right?
Yep.
That's exactly the range of my firebolt, so perfect. Boom,
Okay.
12.
12. A 12 does not hit. Wait,
Em-
no, actually, I'm looking at the wrong. I don't think it hits, but I'm looking at the wrong sheet. Let me double check.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
a
12
half-assed.
definitely
It's a
hit.
half-assed attempt, you know what I mean? He's just like, look, I've shown my face. You know, I've shown my face. That's the,
All right,
I've
cool.
helped.
Let's see. This thing. Here it is. Where's it? Sorry. NPC sheets on Roll Footy are fun. So this happens. I will need. So I will need. How far were you able to run? Since you're carrying bubbles, I'd say you move half speed. So if you were right where the serpent burst out of the ocean/sand, is your speed 30 or 40?
My speed is 40, but I am also because it was last turn. I'll say I was dashing. I was moving.
Dashing? Okay, cool. Then.
So it'd be 40 feet. It'd just be a straight 40.
Straight 40, 60. Cool. Then I need Bubbles, Seth, and Sisira to make me a Constitution saving throw as thunder rings in your ears.
No, that's not. Bubbles is strong.
Oh!
That was a good roll. 21.
All right, cool. All of you
18.
pass.
19.
It's fine.
Very good.
The snake is so not terrifying.
About Nick.
There is like this mote of greenish blue light that kind of flickers, and then you hear this crunk. You are all able to like. I think it's probably because Seth and Sisira are just massive things. This concussive force of energy just doesn't even phase you, and it almost just seems to wash over Bubbles because you're being carried. With that, it is his turn.
Is this my turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, I'm still 60 feet away from this thing. That said, if I'm not mistaken, I can dash and attack it with my horns, which I have not done yet. But give me 1 second. I have a Goring Rush, which I forget what it does, but I'm going to click it and we're going to find out. Immediately after I use the dash action on my turn, I can make a melee attack as a bonus action. So I'm going to dash as my action to move 60 feet, and then gore this thing with my horns as a bonus action. Somewhat civilized. I would much rather punch it in the face, but horns it is.
What you gotta do? Roll me an attack roll.
Right. Cool.
Also, Mackenzie, question: what's this thing's size class?
Size class?
Like, is it gargantuan, humongous, large, medium, small?
Look,
is it small, Mackenzie?
it's very small. I have it written as a large.
Okay. Perfect.
Written as a large.
So I rolled an 8.
You try and butt heads with this thing. You make contact, but it's like hitting a brick wall. This thing, like you feel your horn just straight off this thing. It almost makes like that sound of nails on a chalkboard as it just grates off these like scales. Anything else you would like to do on your turn?
That's all of my actions, but I will look up at it, having unsuccessfully done anything with my horns, and then I will make my fist start glowing and say, "Fine, the hard way."
This thing just looks down at you and just, and you can see there's like a flicker of rainbowish light that kind of comes from the center of its forehead. Skooka, make me a perception check.
Right. But yes, right. Perceiving. Apparently, I'm pretty perceptive.
I know. Apparently, you're pretty perceptive. You can see people running away from the beach. Obviously, you can see a bunch of civilians kind of scattering.
Yeah.
Nothing has hit by the nothing has been destroyed by the serpent yet. But you, at the corner of your eye with that roll, you can see Jack on the beach front, actually helping some people out of the beach.
Yeah. Damn it! I hate to agree with her, bitch, but I'll be doing the same. This way, people. Come on, this way. Pick up the kid, for Christ's sake. Get through there. You know, like.
And are you intentionally trying to like stay out of her line of sight, or are you not caring?
I'm not really caring. No, I'm just gonna try and help people like get off the beach, I suppose.
She gives you a little bit of a look because you have no armor technically. You have nothing on.
I don't need any armor.
And if you look at her, she's not wearing her life jacket right now, but she snaps her fingers and this sort of grayish energy sort of bubbles up around her. looking almost like armor. And with that, it is Bubbles' turn.
Okay. I am also going to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay.
But it's cute, bubbly, and pink.
Hell yeah, it's cute. The cutest freaking mage
It
armor.
looks
you
like
ever seen.
little bubbles popping all over her. It's adorable, and it's on brand.
Hell yeah.
And then aside from that, that's probably all I'm gonna do. I'm probably just gonna stay on top of Seth for now until he puts
Top
me
of
down.
Seth? Okay, you could stay on top of Seth. Speaking of which, it is Sephi's turn.
You can put me down though.
Okay. I'll put her down, and I'll take a knee and pull out my axe and just sit it in the sand for a moment. I have to go find Susura, and I'm going to dash off real quick and try and find. If I see him, I'm going to run towards him.
It's very easy to see Susura. He is standing right in front of the serpent, and you see his head bonk off the side of this thing.
So I should be quite far away from it. Like I'm 40 feet from the water's edge, right?
Yeah.
Or so if I use my Holt action to move to the water's edge, would I be able to hit it?
You have a speed of 40, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Then you can get there, and then you can still attack it.
Okay. I'm gonna run up, and I am going to swing my axe at it with my first attack. I have two. I learned that.
Nice, Zelda.
Does a 25
A 25 definitely hits, and I will remind you after the complication from last episode, you get an extra D8 to every.
I do. I think it's added on. Yeah, it does. So,
What is weapon type?
I don't know. That should be the global damage mod. There's a global damage modifier thing that I've added to, which is a D8
Okay, so that
for
would
my
be
weapon
the one.
type.
That would be the one. Ooh, I just punched my mic.
Okay, yes, it'd be the 1 and the 14, so it'd be a 15.
15
Total.
damage. You take a pretty big chunk out of this serpent. I have to do math again. God damn it! How do I put myself in this situation?
Do you want me to hit it again before you do the math?
It's too late. I already did it, but hit it again.
Okay, let's go. I'm hitting it again.
Swing.
Does a 17 hit?
You swing at the serpent, and the axe makes contact, but it glances off the side of the armor, or the snake. The scales.
I believe for now that's everything I can do. I should be standing right beside Susura.
You are standing. So you're right next to Susura, right?
I should be like right next to.
Right next to. Okay. And how far away is Bubbles again?
40.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing you got off Cepheus' shoulders. I need all 3 of you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
I get advantage because barbarian.
Skuka, you are far enough away. But what you see is this serpent bears down, and it like opens its jaw, but it like unhinges in that way a snake's jaw unhinges when it's about to like eat something. And you see like a flash of blue light before something strikes against the sand, and you can see where this beam of light hits the sand. Where the sand splashes up, it crystallizes in the glass. Bubbles, what was your save?
17.
17, okay.
I was the only one who failed.
You were the only one who failed. Everyone still takes half damage though. That is 10d10 lightning damage.
What did you just say?
Sorry.
What was that? I don't like.
So that is 29 plus 24. So Cepheus, you take 53 lightning damage. Susira and Bubbles, you take 26. Actually,
Oh
wait,
my
no.
gosh.
No, Susira takes 26. Bubbles, you take 13.
Oof. That was half?
Yeah, Bubbles, you
my-
take 13. Susira, you take 26. Skuka, you feel a pain in your chest. You also take 13 damage.
Okay.
Bubbles,
So
make
I
a
was-
perception check.
I was not at my hit point maximum, by the way.
You should have all healed up. You should all be at full.
Perception.
It's still hurting a lot.
18.
Yeah, that hurt. I have a lot of hit points, but that hurt.
It's weird, Bubbles. The ring on your finger, the one that Scoopy gave you, feels a little warm. You're not sure if it's the lightning or something else.
No. We're probably both gonna die.
And with that, speaking of which, it is Skuka's turn.
Shite.
You just saw your girlfriend. You felt that. You know what that is. You know what happened.
Yeah, right. Well, easy solution to this problem, I guess. I'm gonna grab something. Anything. Anything at all. A pebble. A bucket and spade. I don't know, a windbreak.
There's a plastic, one of those garishly, like, neon green plastic buckets right next to you.
Great, I'm gonna pick that up. I'm gonna throw it in the air. And catapult it at the thing. DC 14 dex save, or it takes 18 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Well, surprisingly, this thing isn't very dexterous. Does a 19 make it?
Yes, it does. No damage.
There's a Cicera, Cepheus, you look up and you see a neon plastic bucket. Pew! Off into the distance. There's a very, very, very in the ocean. There is a slight sploosh.
Oh.
Huh.
Do I see Skuka? If I look back,
Yeah.
just is he the one that looks just really disappointed?
I'm kicking the sand. I'm not coming any closer because I saw it just happen there, and how much it. I mean, well, how much it must have hurt. Obviously, I wouldn't know how much it hurt, but it must have hurt a lot, and I look very annoyed. Also, I look like I'm not coming any closer.
Cool. With that,
That's
it's
fair.
It's fair. It's Cicera's turn.
Okay. So, big snake's right in front of me.
Oh, big snake is right in front of you.
All right. I guess I'm gonna punch it. How bad is my brother hurting?
Oh,
just
he's
told-
covered in open wounds and hurt real bad.
Smells a little bit like ozone.
Hurting real bad? Like, do I need to forsake my attack to heal you, or should I punch the thing?
I'm not telling you how to play your character. I'm just telling you I'm real hurt.
Okay, I'm gonna punch this thing. Because punching is what I do best.
A 10 does not hit. You
A
swing.
10 does not
both
hit.
of them.
I have more attacks.
Go for it. I know you do.
Uh,
A 25
25.
does hit.
okay, and damage plus I'm going to use Divine Smite
All right.
at level 2.
Yeah. Roll me 1d100. Okay. It's a reverse nice, but you see the light around your hand flicker between radiant and green, but it stays radiant and it connects. You do 11 radiant damage.
Awesome. That was my second attack. I have 2 more. So I'm going to attack again. 10.
10 does not hit.
And my last attack, 14.
That also it connects, but you can feel it do no damage as you just, it's like punching a brick wall.
Okay.
But your one hit did take a pretty sizable chunk out of it. You can see there's a scorch mark kind of along its scales.
Good. That's my turn.
Let's see.
Anime flare and all.
Anime flare and all. Hell yeah. All right.
Falcon punch.
Where is it? Stuka, if you're looking along the beach, you see Jack look like her head shoots up when she sees the lightning streak across the beach, and you can see where her eyes kind of go over to the shards of glass, like he's like coming out of the ground like waves, and she just shakes her head, and she runs over, and she's going to use a bonus action and toss you her jacket.
I'm like, keep it! Keep the jacket, you dafty!
As much as I don't like you, I really don't want to deal with the paperwork if you die, so put that damn thing on.
I'm fucking magical, you weirdo! I can't wear leather! I can't do spells if I do that!
Okay, hold on. Okay. She does life transference over to, Cepheus. Cepheus, you regain 18 points of...
Oh, thank God.
And she takes... How much does she take? She takes some of that. How much is her health? She has... Why does she have so much health? She has a lot of health. I don't remember the NPCs that make you up. Yeah, she's fine. Bubbles, it is your turn.
Okay, perfect. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Expeditious Retreat on myself.
Valid.
So, yeah. And then, before I guess I would have to go ahead and move. Whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and move kind of to the other side, just out of the way of like the snake's lightning breath and thunder.
You are about 40 feet away right now, so you'd have to move 20-ish feet away.
Okay, then I will. I do want to cast another spell.
Okay,
a very
go for it.
special spell. And hopefully I don't trap my friends in it, but I'm gonna cast Fireball on this neck.
I will say you are able to aim it up enough so that it Seth and Cecile can feel it like scorch the back of their necks, but it doesn't actually do any damage. They just kind of feel that heat. But you can see that
Thank
damage.
you very much to Sphinx, who gives each of us an automatic success.
Woo! Thank you.
Wow, thanks, Sphinx. I'm gonna use it right away.
All right. Roll me that damage, Bubbles. Or what do I have to, what's the save I have to make?
Dex.
Dex? This thing
Yes.
is not very dexterous.
I thought.
That's a natural one.
Woo! Yeehaw!
So, because I roll crits differently, I will say you can do double damage on this fireball.
Dope. I'm going to roll it in.
How much? That's 16d6, right? Yeah, that's 16d6.
Do you want me to put it in there as 16?
Whatever you want, yo.
Sure.
I want to see this dice roll. Oh man, that's a lot of ones.
So many ones.
That's so many ones.
That's okay. It's still 49.
This thing, you spring out this fireball, and it, whether or not the serpent was just kind of recoiling from the lightning breath it just did, or whether it was distracted by the tiny but mighty fist that just scraped across its belly, it does not see this coming. And you can see this flame just sort of catch and wreathe this serpent's head in smoke, and it takes 49 fire damage, which is a lot. This thing looks pretty beat up after that. You can see scorch marks, kind of like you see steam rising up from where the fire evaporated the water, but you can also see like that scorch marks, and there's even like a bit of the face is like burnt away and it's all charred, and you can see bits of like bone and jaw. It's just kind of hissing.
Bubbles will like throw a fist into the air, like really excited. And she'll be like, Steph, did you see that? Steph? Are you okay? Buddy? Oh god.
Question, is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Steph is going into a frenzied rage.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh, here I go killing again.
So the question of if Steph is okay.
All right. Are you so you go to a frenzy rage?
I am going into a frenzied rage, and I'm using
a 1d100.
Oh. /R. A 93.
Cool. Good to know. You can go into a rage.
Thank you. I am. Ooh. I'm gonna use both my crit successes.
Do it. They're not crits. They're just auto successes.
Okay, I'm using both my auto successes. So 1, 2.
Just roll me the damage with rage weapon damage. Good lord, Zelda, you roll absolute garbage.
Yeah, I do. Rage, slashing, and that didn't add the 2d8s.
Didn't add, okay, roll me some 2d8 then. -4, -11, -3, -12.
Half. Yeah, I rolled not so good. But hey, it's 23, 34, 38.
That's pretty good. You take 2 massive swings with your great axe at this serpent. It's weird because you can't really see. Actually, I want you to describe Cepheus' rage, because this is the first time we've seen him rage.
Cepheus is in pretty decent amount of pain. Like that first hit from that beam mixed with like all the open wounds and the salt water just like burning into his flesh, and he is just like feels like his head is pounding like almost like a migraine, and just starts seeing red, and you see like his chest just heave for a moment, and then he picks himself up into like full stature instead of like all shrugged over, and he just starts swinging just almost wildly.
And these 2 wild swings connect, and you are able to swing and slice into this thing. It is. You saw the resistance that these scales had when your brother tried to punch it, but it doesn't feel like there's any resistance to you. You cleave through this thing, and you take a massive chunk of damage. This thing, you could actually almost see it. If you can see past the red in your vision, you can see the serpent almost waver as it rises up out of the water. It is, however, the serpent's turn, unless there's anything else you would like to do.
Nope. Bonus action on my action. That's all I can do for now.
This thing is pissed off, and it is going to take. This is the wrong character sheet. It's going to take. This thing kind of looks at you, and after it recoils and sort of off with the damage, it looks at you, and it takes 2 massive. It bears down with the jaw and takes 2 massive bites at you, and then 1 at Zasira. So 1. Why did it roll initiative again? Don't do that. 1, 2.
I'm gonna call it before he hits Zasira that I'm gonna impose disadvantage. Sorry,
Okay. That's fine.
I'm using my reaction to impose disadvantage.
All right. That is still so it is a 20 and a 21 to hit you, Cepheus, and a 19 spell to hit Zasira.
Both hit.
Does a 19 hit you, Zasira?
Yes.
I believe I'm
not
taking
wearing
half
any armor.
damage because you're using a bite and not magic.
This is piercing damage, so if the damage would be reduced,
half.
it is reduced. But you take 37 divided by 2 damage.
15? No.
18.
So
18.
And
Regardless.
Zasira, you take 15 piercing damage as this thing, with almost lightning quick speed, just bears down and takes 2 massive chunks out of you, and then before you can even react, it lurches its neck, head around, and tears into Sisira.
Yeah, Sisira's a bit shaken. I mean, he's not backing down, but he's a bit. He's got very few hit points left.
Everyone's still up?
Still
Okay.
up.
It is Skuka's turn.
Let's have a quick assessment of the beach. I'm just gonna look around and see how many like innocents, if there is such a thing, are still around.
Roll me a perception check. Also, innocent, if there are any, is such an existential thing at a time like this.
If there's any time to be as existential, it's on the brink of death. I think you'll find.
You can see, well, Jack has been able to herd a lot of people off the beach. As much as she can. She's been avoiding some of the splash damage from the lightning attacks. There are maybe a couple of straggler families, like within 15-ish feet of you, running. They're more of like it's more of they keep dropping like baskets and things, and they're kind of going back and picking things up as best as they can as they hightail it out of there.
I'm going to take a deep, shuddering breath as I look at their folly, as I use my second wind.
Okay.
1d10 plus fighter level.
What's your fighter? Oh, hell yeah! You are back up to full health.
Yes, I am. Then I really should help beat up the snake, but I'm concerned about the innocents. They've got young people. They're picking up baskets, for crying out loud. I'm going to firebolt the baskets.
Okay, roll me an attack roll. Basically, just roll higher than a 10. Yeah, you hit a pick through basket. It goes up in smoke.
Get off the beach! What are you? There's a giant snake! What is wrong with you, Pete? Get off!
It's a serpent.
You hear a meta pigeon just. It's a serpent.
Same difference. It could be an eel for all I care.
Oh, you see this little kid kind of scrambles towards the basket and then just run.
Get it for.
Get these darn kids off my beach.
I am fed up of these mother flipping kids all over this mother flipping beach.
And with that, Spook, is there anything else you would like to do?
No, I've used my bonus action. I've used an attack. I still haven't moved though. I'm still staying a very long way away.
Okay. Sisira, it is your turn then. As I did not write down the damage that was done because I was a bam, but yeah.
So Sierra's gonna spit out some blood. Adjust his jaw. He's fully aware of the fact that one more hit will probably drop him. But he looks at his brother, who seems fine, and is like, well, I can't back down now. And he's gonna attack again.
Give me those swings. You do have your auto successes.
I am gonna use my auto success on the
Okay.
first attack, and I have an advantage, which I will use on the second attack.
Okay, just pop both attacks into roll 20 so you can roll damage real easy.
Okay, so first attack,
Okay.
which was an auto success.
Yep. Still wouldn't
That would have been a crit.
it wouldn't have been a crit. It is a dirty 20, but
Dirty 20.
Oh, right, you're right. Sorry, fair enough. And the second one, which is with the advantage.
a 19 will just hit.
Oof, tough. And then I also have two more attacks, which are just regular, which I'll roll, and one of them hit.
Yeah, 19 will hit. The fourth one will hit.
So I got 3 attacks that hit.
3 attacks that hit.
All right. Damage plus smite.
All right, if you smite, you're gonna have to roll me a d100.
Doing it.
You know the drill. He's done this.
Roll the 9 on the D100.
On a 9, the the light around your hand goes green for a moment, and you can see that it doesn't affect mechanically doesn't affect the numerical damage that you do, but you can see this radiant damage suddenly become sickly and poisonous as it scrapes across the surface. But it does make contact and it does do damage. Roll me those other attacks.
Okay, so the first one did 17 damage. Second one, which I am also going to.
Hey, Shira, how do you down the snake?
How do I down the snake?
How do you down the snake?
Well, so the sky behind me turns into like this streak of yellow anime lines, and my fist just becomes like electrical as it connects with the snake. And which makes a blast that can be heard across the entire beach. A flash of light, and the snake just like pauses mid-impact for a fraction of a second before falling over.
And that is exactly what happens. If anyone's looking in that direction, you can see that flash of light, and you can see those arcs of light almost wind up the gashes and the scorch marks, like almost like lightning trees up this thing. And you can see it like curl up its face, and it stiffens, and then it just falls over. Bubbles, if you look at the center of its forehead sort of flash.
The center of its forehead flashes.
Sasira is gonna drop back down onto the ground because obviously he leapt up to punch this thing in the face.
Oh, obviously.
Mid jump punches are the best kind of punches. He falls back down to the ground, takes, now he's like, I'm ready for a nap. And then he kind of just like, he's not down to 0 hit points, but he reacts as if he's down to 0 hit points and just kind of falls over as well into the water, face first. Yeah.
Like,
he's not unconscious, but he just lets himself drop.
Are you trying to breathe? Are you just going face first into the water?
Oh, just face first into the water.
Taking a dip.
Not long enough to drown, but long enough to just be like, wake me up a bit.
And you can do that.
Seth's gonna just stalk up the beach and kind of fall to his knees and then slam his head into the sand and hold his head like a massive migraine. Just hurt.
Zelda,
Yes.
roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. My rage is still going, so I don't have disadvantage yet. That's a 3.
There's another there's that voice in the back of your head. Nice job. I knew you had it in you.
He just starts pounding into the ground and slamming his head into the ground, trying to make everything stop.
Oh, why are you trying to fight it? Don't fight it. You know this is what you're good for.
Just gritted teeth and just almost like growling. So he just kind of almost relaxes into the sand and just sits there holding
Funny,
his head.
I didn't really help you that much that time around. We could do so much more.
Don't want your help. I want you to go away.
If you say so, sugar. And it's silence.
Did Bubbles see that?
Bubbles sees Seth pounding his face into the sand. You hear nothing.
Okay, she'd be very concerned that her friend is like bashing his head into the sand, so she would kind of run over to him and like just kind of like bend down, but like kind of farther away. And she's like, Cepheus, are you okay?
Yeah. My head just hurts.
Yeah.
What happened?
I think we killed a giant snake.
It's dead. I can't remember.
You can't remember?
I just remember my head hurting and red.
Might have happened. You took a really big hit, you and your brother. So maybe you blacked out for a minute or something.
Yeah. That hasn't happened for a while.
Oh, that's happened before.
E-
Is this like in the apartment? You said you heard somebody. Did you hear anybody this time?
Yeah. Afterwards, they talked to me again. It was the same voice.
Do you know it? Like I said it before, but this time they must have said more. Or did they say more?
I don't recognize the voice. They just said they didn't help me that much.
Okay. Are you feeling better now?
More or less. I mean, my head still hurts, but it's nothing.
Okay. I don't have any healing magic, or else I'd help your head. Do you need a pastry out of your bag?
Soon. I just need a minute. Steph is also stage 1 exhaustion, frenzied rage, and when it ends, it's stage 1 exhaustion. So he's like,
Thank you for keeping track of that, because I
Going
sure
to-
would have.
yeah, no, yeah, he's gonna like roll over onto his back and just sprawl out onto the hot sand for a moment. Thank you.
I'm gonna go check out the snake.
Okay. Before you do that, Sasira, you're still face down on the beach.
Still face down in the water.
Okay. Skuka, what are you doing?
I'll wait until Bubbles walks right up to where because she's coming to investigate the snake. As soon as Bubbles arrives, that's when I will pop out of the water in very like, oh yeah, I need to breathe.
We will go there in a bit. Skuka, what are you doing?
You are muted.
You are muted.
Yes, I am. I don't want people to actually think that I care or anything like that. So I'm going to quickly... there must have been like an abandoned building somewhere near here that sells something like hot dogs. So I'm just going to lean over the hot dog stand, grab myself a hot dog, cover it in mustard and onions quickly, so it looks like I've just been getting myself food this whole time. I didn't actually participate in the snake anyway. My attacks missed, so, you know, I don't want people to know. I'll just grab a hot dog, and I'll just kind of stroll down to the beach with hot dog in hand.
Okay. Let's see. Skuka, as you're walking back, I'll need you to make a perception check, and I will need Sasira to make me a perception check.
Sasira?
Yes.
Do I make it with disadvantage because I'm still face down in the water? Or is this after I get out of the water?
You will make this straight. Make this straight.
Got it. Perception. 12.
You hear footsteps next to you.
I burst out of the water with taking a deep breath. As if I just came back from the dead.
The person next to you is not Bubbles. Bubbles.
Who's
if you
there?
turn towards the snake, you will see Jack there, already bending over its skull.
But I don't know it's her. I don't know who she is.
You have no idea who this lady is. Actually,
I have no
you see a 6 foot tall wood elf.
She's a foot taller than me.
Who at this point, I know that this person is Jack because I have engaged with her.
6 foot tall, tank top and jeans. One hand, she's carrying a pair of 3-inch tall wedge boots. In the other hand, she has a dagger. She's not facing Sasira. She is focused on the skull of the snake. Serpent.
Is she reaching for the skull of the serpent?
Yeah, reaching. I guess this thing is like the size of a small, like a Volkswagen Beetle. So like, yeah, she's reaching for it.
Since I am adjacent, I should be because I was right next to this thing. I'm going to reach out and grab Jack by the wrist of whatever arm was reaching for the snake. I'm assuming the unarmed one because the other one you said had a dagger.
One has a dagger in it. She is reaching. She is not necessarily reaching to grab it. One hand has her shoes, the other hand has her dagger, and she is reaching forward with the dagger almost as if to pry something out of the skull.
Okay. I try to grapple her then.
Try to grapple her
in a not hostile way, just stopping her from
non-hostile grapple.
Yeah, like
a hug.
How do I want to put this? I don't know how I want to put this.
I don't know how you want to put this either.
An awkward grapple. Sasira probably thinks he's being very cool about it, but it's a very awkward grapple.
Roll me as
a sexual tension grapple?
Strength or dexterity with disadvantage?
Dexterity with disadvantage, is that what you said?
Or strength with disadvantage. Or it's athletics or acrobatics with disadvantage because you're trying to be cool about it.
Got it. 6 then.
Okay. Alright. Well, y'all rolled super low, but she still rolls enough to dodge out of the way.
Welcome, Greyhawk Raiders.
Hey, welcome, Greyhawk. How you doing? Bringing the demons here? Zelda, we may need to burn sage.
I need to burn the sage. But we like demons here. Demons are good. Listen, demons are hot. It's a rule.
Demons are
That's all
hot.
I'm going to say about it.
I agree 100%.
You roll to
Since
grab
I
her.
failed to grab her, then I'm going to pass it off as I was just, shaking off all the water, and I shake like a wet dog.
Roll me a deception check.
3.
Oh, I was just shaking off the water.
Yeah, also, but I mean, you probably shouldn't touch that thing.
Right, yes, okay. Excuse me. She just sort of pushes past you. Bubbles, I will say by now, are you still heading towards the snake?
Yep.
You will be like right behind her. You can be like almost next to her as she leans over.
Do I recognize the shiny bit in the skull?
I will not have you roll for this. 100% you do, from both the detect magic, as well as the slight warmth coming from your pocket where the key ring that the professor gave you is slightly resonating. You know what this is.
I know what that is.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Jack?
Okay. Are
Oh,
you
hey,
going
Bubbles.
for that?
She takes her dagger and sort of wedges it underneath the skull and then pops this shard out. In fact, I was.
That's awesome. We totally needed that.
Oh, fascinating.
Oh, hey, you two don't know each other yet, do you? Bubbles, Jack, Bubbles.
Or Jacqueline, if you prefer.
Whatever you prefer. Do your friends call you Jack or Jacqueline?
I prefer Jack, but really, it doesn't matter to me. You can kind of call me whatever you want. That fireball was mighty impressive.
Thank you. I've practiced it a lot.
Yes. Quite the damage. You did quite the damage on that snake. I believe I owe you.
did. You
Mac.
anyone with the...
Mac, while they're getting acquainted, I want to take that glowing thing from the skull of the
She
serpent.
has it in her
She
hand.
has it in her hand.
Oh, okay. I still want to take that glowing thing. I probably never mind. That's all right. It's in her hand. That's fine.
I will say with that deception check, she's not letting you get close enough.
That's fair.
She just sort of goes, yeah, I believe I owe you one because I really don't think I could have taken that on my own. But you saved me a lot of time, so thank you.
Why do you need it?
It's just business, darling.
I mean, do you want to trade for it? I could trade you something for it. Because we really, really need it. It's like super.
Listen,
there's a giant serpent on this beach right now. It's obviously really important. I'll trade you. Whatever I can get.
Listen, Jack, whatever business you need that for is not as important as what we need it for. Trust me.
That.
Yeah, if we don't get it, the world ends.
He's not wrong.
And I say that as unironically as possible.
Wait, do you say verbally, I say that as unironically as possible? Or is that just a description of how Sierra is talking?
You know what? You decide.
It's your character. You choose, yo.
You know, he maybe is thinking that he's maybe thinking that in his head, but also saying it out loud.
Okay.
He thinks he's thinking it, but he's saying it out loud. Let's be honest.
Jack decides to ignore you and instead turns over to Bubbles. Well, I do believe I owe you, so why don't you come with me? There's a place down the way, and I can tell you a little story, and we can talk business, woman to woman.
Okay.
Listen, Jack, I don't know what you've got in mind here, but
Whatever do you mean?
But I'm not letting you just take Bubbles off to your secret hideaway to bamboozle her or whatever it is that you've got planned.
I'm gonna be fine.
Oh, I don't doubt that you can take care of yourself. As Jack pointed out, you cast a mean fireball. But I just don't trust her.
Trust me. And she'll turn her back to Sarah and start walking away. She has no idea where the secret meeting place is, but she just starts walking.
Jack, being a foot taller than you, will one, pocket the shard, two, put an arm around you, and start walking down the pier with you. Sierra, roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Guka, observing this, is just standing somewhere on the beach, dropping hot dog, sauce, then sausage, then bun. Not really sure what to do with this scenario.
17.
The 17, as Jack puts this shard in her pocket, you can see attached to a key ring on her belt something that looks very similar to what she just pulled out of the snake.
So she has two of these things already?
A glittering opalescent shard of wood on her keyring.
And we were instructed to find 3 of these things or 4?
3.
And I have the other one?
I mean, okay, I do trust you, Bubbles, but I am gonna follow them.
Okay, roll me a stealth.
Giant 6-foot wet minotaur is gonna roll a stealth. Okay.
Just roll stealth at disadvantage because you just said a wet minotaur, and I'm certain you smell like wet.
Yeah. Dog. Oh, I do smell like wet dog. Yeah, absolutely.
There. She is
12.
Perceptive. Yeah, she don't notice a dang thing. She's busy. Can I say for narrative flavor she's walking in the direction towards Skuka? Would that be okay?
Sure thing.
So yeah, she's walking towards you. With Bubbles.
As well as the hot dog, I've also dropped my jar.
Okay. Are you trying to hide, or are you just still kind of standing out in the open?
I'm just standing there like a dummy.
I would like to, as I am stealthily following them, giant 6-foot wet minotaur.
You're doing
stealthily
a fabulous job, darling.
Yeah, I know. While I am stealthily following them, anticipating that, this might lead to unfortunate fisticuffs, I am going to heal myself.
Okay, you can do that. As Bubbles, as you and Jack are walking along. Well, let's actually check in with Seth. Cepheus, how are you?
Head still hurts, but he's gonna take off what's left of, I'm assuming, a ragged button-up shirt that's probably covered in slashes and holes. And
More like scorch marks and bite marks.
yeah, he's just gonna. To him, the saltwater is probably still better than sand in whatever cuts and stuff are on him. So he's gonna go take a quick dip and then walk out of the water.
As you walk into the water, you can see your brother very stealthily trying to follow who you recall as someone who looks like the person that Skuka pointed out was Jack, if you vaguely recall that. And then you can also see Jack walking off with Bubbles. As Jack and Bubbles kind of turn the corner and pass by Skuka, Jack kind of waves at you. Hello, darling. Did you enjoy your food?
Food? Which?
Oh, it's Skuka.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
You're right there. Cat got your tongue.
Can we go make this trade? Is that what we're doing? We're doing business, right?
I more so wanted to pay you back for that fantastic fireball.
Skuka just sort of like his head just turns back up the beach and he just starts walking. Puts his hands
You're
in his
welcome
pockets.
to join us if you'd like.
Oh, he's welcome to join them.
Freezes in place. Bubbles, that's my axe.
I figured with the name, it would only be our luck for a different Jack to just magically appear. She has the shard. We need to get it. It's kind of important. So.
Turn back around and just follow Bubbles and Jack. I've got like the hands in pockets. If he had a hood, he'd probably put it up.
How tall is Skuka?
Oh, I don't think Skuka's that tall. 5'10".
Where are you, like behind them, or do you walk beside them?
I'll follow behind.
Okay. Jack will sort of lag behind, so you're walking parallel, and she will also attempt to put an arm around your shoulders if you will let her.
Just shrug that off. Get off me.
All right, fine. And the three of you can walk off down the pier. It is very quiet now. There is only the vague crashing of waves against the pylons. I don't know how beaches work. Against the things that hold up the pier and the shore. As you walk along, there isn't a lot of people because it was kind of evacuated. As you walk along, you can approach. You're walking along the pier. At the very end of the pier, you see an octagonal building, white walls with gray tiled roofs, and a little thing on the top that kind of sticks out with windows on the side and a little domed roof, still made of that same gray tile. It looks like possibly in between a diner and a restaurant, not nearly as grimy as a diner, but not super fancy anyways. And Jack leads you off to the side to a bar.
Thank you very much, Gemsong. 12 months subscribed, 11 months as a Patreon. They give their advantage and an auto success to Cicero.
Thanks, Gemsong.
And Jack will sit down at the bar. There is a sort of frazzled, a lanky, short half-orc bartender. Big brown glasses on the tip of his nose. Jack just sort of waves him over, whispers something into his ear, and he bustles off. And she motions for you two to sit.
I'll sit.
Yeah, I'll sit.
Do you sit next to Bubbles or do you sit next to Jack?
Is there an option equidistant between the two by chance?
Okay, that depends. Jack sat like square in the middle of this bar. Bubbles, did you sit directly next to her?
Yeah, I would have
Okay.
sat directly next to her.
Well, she is direct, so yeah, it's there is not an option. You either sit on one side of Bubbles or one side of Jack.
I'll sit closer to Bubbles, definitely. And we've got stuff kicking off over here.
Thanks, Maharishi.
Yeah, Maharishi gifting 5 subs, and also Gemsong just donated 2 auto successes to Cepheus. I will sit near Bubbles.
I can unmute to say thank you.
You can. If you've just received a sub for September, you can gift an advantage. Just let us know where you would like your advantage to go. Thank you both very much.
Cicera, you can follow them. You can take a seat at the. I will say it's pretty hard to be unnoticeable because this bar is pretty empty. So as you
I
approach
will,
the restaurant,
nonetheless, believing myself to be as stealthy as I am, even though I am still a 6-foot-tall wet minotaur, probably pissing off the establishment with the water that I'm dragging in, I will sit in the booth directly on the other side of their booth so that it's like I am behind them.
they are sitting at the bar, so you can get like a seat at a bar table. Like
They're not at a booth. Okay. Then yeah, I will. How long is the bar? Can I sit at the bar like at the other end of the bar?
The bar is 8-ish seats long, so they're probably Jack's sitting smack in the middle because there is no one here.
Okay, then yeah, I will just find a booth and a booth nearby and sit in it.
You can do that. It squelches a little. You can feel the thing kind of creak underneath your weight. You are damp. It is very uncomfortable. And Jack looks down at the two of you. Well, Cepheus, are you done with your bathing? I feel bad.
I'm just washing. I was washing off, and now, did I see where they went? Like they're gone. They're gone. Did I see the direction in which they were going? I have to find these people now.
You saw I will say you saw where the direction your brother was heading. Your brother,
Okay,
not entirely hard to miss. It would just
I'm
more
gonna
if
use
Jack
my-
wasn't paying attention.
I'm gonna use my expert tracking skills to try and find where the other 3 people who I arrived at this beach went. I'm gonna walk in the direction in which my brother went.
I will say on the
And-
pier you can see wet hoof prints, and there really aren't that many creatures with hooves.
Okay. I'll follow those as far as they take me and wherever they take me.
I will say it's going to take you a little while. And as you are following, we can pan over to Skuka and Bubbles and Jack sitting at the bar. So, I believe you have something I need.
Well, I believe that you have something that we need.
Well, isn't it funny how the universe works like that?
What do you need it for?
She will take one of the shards, put it on the table in between you. Quick question, I suppose. Do you know what that is?
Yes. It's part of the world tree. Shard keeping our plane of existence from another plane of existence. I mean, yeah, I know what it is.
No need to be rude, darling. I'm just asking.
I'm not. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Just had to kill a fucking snake.
And
Sorry.
you did a marvelous
Excuse me,
job, really.
language.
Really, you did a marvelous job. I'm very impressed. Do you know what happens when the world tree breaks?
Explain.
She will take a napkin and a pen or like a pencil that's like on the bar for like trivia things, and she'll do a little sketch. It looks like a tree, and on the end of every branch there is a circle until the napkin and the branches of the tree are populated by many, many circles upon circles. See each of those circles there?
Mhm.
That is what you affectionately call planes, but it works a little differently than that. Those are more like hubs or homes or pantheons.
When did
Places
you
that
become a
cause-
scientist?
You never asked, darling. You were never interested.
Ooh. Sasira's laughing in character. You can't help
Shots
it.
fired.
I'm right
I'm
here.
assuming I'm sitting close enough to have heard that. So yes.
Oh yes, no, you 100% hear that.
I'm just laughing.
Well, when one of the branches connect the pantheons, so they also keep them apart. See, the gods don't exactly like interacting with each other unless absolutely necessary. However, she'll take her pen and draw a line across a couple of the branches. It's little breaks along the tree. When the world tree breaks, the gods, how we say, get unhappy. Rather, they get unstable. And things start slipping through the cracks. And I need Skuka, Bubbles, and Susira to make me perception checks. Or investigation. I will say I will allow investigation to happen since you are slightly on more alert.
I want to use my auto success.
Okay.
I feel like it's important, but watch it not be. Watch it just be Cepheus coming through the door. Fuck.
Well, now that you mention it,
Shit!
What I miss? What I miss?
Susira, you don't see this, but Bubbles and Skuka,
Question.
yes.
I don't know if it matters, but does the fact that I know she has a second stone maybe give me advantage?
Not in this case.
Okay.
As she says, the gods, some things start slipping through, you actually see her shadow ripple for a brief second. It goes from the image of, well, a normal image of a wood elf of female, and it sort of ripples against the damp planks of this bar, and for a moment it looks almost as if it's a figure with a dog's head or a jackal's head. And then it goes back to normal.
Are you feeling okay?
Perfect, darling. How are you?
I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. Okay, so gods are pissed. Got that. I got it.
Oh,
yeah.
we're not pissed per se.
Weird. Did you date a god?
Skuka should consider himself lucky. Only a few of us can say that we were chosen as the new vessels of gods, but Skuka can say that he slept with one.
think it's just one?
I would not.
Really
Cicero
appropriate.
spits out his drink. I'm assuming he had a drink.
Probably, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised with your record, Skuka. Though depending on how many you left unhappy, you might owe a couple of gods a favor. I am thankfully not one of them.
Okay, so you're one of the gods. That's pissed. Okay.
Again, not pissed, just displaced.
Okay. Okay.
Well, displaced would imply that I'm unhappy. I'm quite happy with where I am, and that is exactly why I need these. And she takes the shard on the table and moves it closer to her.
That sounds sinister, though.
Depends. I don't want to go back. I like being here. I like this. She kind of holds up her hand, and you can see like this grayish energy sort of swirl around it, and then she disappears. I quite enjoy this, and I don't intend to give it up. And if you take those shards and put them back where they belong, then I have to give this up.
Yeah.
But I am charitable, and as I said, Skuka is not one of the few who have pissed me off. And I do owe you one, so I will give you a chance.
Skuka just looks like disgusted with this whole situation. Like as she says, like Skuka's not one of the ones that's upset me. He's like literally gagging, like.
To be fair, Jack is not really paying attention to you. Bubbles has like all her interest at the moment. Gods are fond of games, so I would like to propose a little game.
Go on. Like Scrabble. I'm really good at Scrabble.
A little different than that.
Bubbles is really good at Scrabble, though.
Not my speed, to be honest. But I think you'll like this one, Skuka.
Ah. Skuka's just gonna lean over the bar and just pick up a bottle of anything.
Yeah, you can grab a bottle. It's peach schnapps. Schnapps.
Any port in a storm.
Meet me tonight at the bar with no name. I will bring my friends, and I assume you'll bring yours. We'll have a drink. A lot of drinks. And the winner gets all the shards. The loser doesn't.
I mean, but you're a god.
I'm a god in a mortal's body, darling.
Oh,
We only
man.
have our limits.
I've heard about her limits.
I suddenly feel very uncomfortable.
Mac is losing it. Jack is not. It's really hard to play Jack.
Ow.
God, the sass in this episode. Oof.
She hasn't been sassy this whole time. She's been trying to be very level-headed because we need the shards. So she's like, this bitch.
Right, anyways, so do you agree? And she'll hold out your hand to shake. Or hold out her hand for you to shake.
She'll put her like do like lip fish kind of handshake.
You do that, and Jack like very much grabs your hand and gives it a very forceful shake, like the kind of shake that kind of like rattles up your elbow.
Okay.
Very well. I will see you. And she'll kind of like boop your shoulder. I'll see you later tonight. Brian, give me my drink to go. And the bartender will deliver a cocktail in a plastic cup. God, I don't know my cocktails, but it is a cocktail. And she will turn and sort of nod at both of you. And walk away.
Bubbles will turn around and take the peach schnapps from Skuka and just like drink. Just take like a full swig. Big old gulp.
I have to pull out a piece of paper I haven't used in a while for this.
Skuka's just sort of like staring in a daze. He's not had a great day.
Alright. How much do you drink?
Not much.
Okay. How much does Skuka drink?
Not much. 5 or 6 shots.
I think that's quite a bit.
It depends.
schnapps,
It's
though.
not that much.
It's
not
only
that much.
schnapps. I mean,
Schnapps.
hang on a minute.
I mean,
American schnapps, or like Scandinavian schnapps? Because
Brat, you know I have no clue what you're talking about. It's whatever you want it to be.
the difference is like British and American schnapps is usually like 30%. If you go to Scandinavia, it's like 80%. Like
Ooh, they party
no.
hard.
they do.
Flip a coin. Flip a coin. On a 1,
Alright,
it's
stop.
Hey.
on a 1 it's American. On a 2, it's Scandinavian.
Can I? Because I have a coin here, but it doesn't have a 1 and a 2 on it. So I think we should go for like level-headedness and chaos. So, on Brian, it'll be your the 30%. On Sam, it'll be the 80%. It's Brian. It's just regular schnapps.
All right, it's 30%. I
Okay.
still think if you're consuming 5 to 6 shots, I'll still need you to roll a Constitution save.
I'm feeling just fine. Just grand.
Yeah, you are fucking fine. You get 1 level of drunkenness. A pleasant buzz fills your head. And you are left alone in the bar. Cepheus, around this time, you can have arrived. And as you arrive, Jack is leaving, and you can see your brother attempting to lay low in a booth.
Do I like pass by her? Is it?
Yeah, you pass by her. She's got a cocktail and a plastic in her hand.
Hang on. So she's walking out the door.
She has left, yes.
She still has 2.
She does.
Or did she give? Yeah, she still has 2 of the
Oh,
stone.
she still has 2.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna get up, and I'm gonna get up so that Jack sees me get up. Not that I was being very stealthy to begin with, but I'm going to make sure she sees me get up. And then it's just like, I'll let her walk out the door, but it's like, I'm letting you walk out the door.
I don't
Jack
think you
looks
can
at you.
let a god walk out the door. I don't think it
Oh,
works
oh.
like that.
I know that. The Syrah doesn't know that.
Jack sort of looks at you, gives you a very wide smile, a wink, and walks away.
so a god. She's a god? You left that part out?
I mean, to be fair, I didn't know.
I feel like you had to know a little. She can't be that hot.
I mean,
She can change her shape.
yeah, right. So she is pretty hot. I'll give you
Said
that.
that it's her vessel. I'm sure that this god must have amplified it or something.
Look, if it makes you feel any better, I wouldn't have described it as divine.
I don't know if that does make me feel better. And then she
I'm-
takes another chug of
I'm-
schnapps.
But what would make you feel better?
Well, we have to win a drinking game now with gods, her friends of gods. Like they
That's-
have like a posse.
That's fine. I used to be a part of that group. It's fine.
Is it fine? Will we win? I mean, I just want to win. I don't want the world to end. I kind of like it here.
I mean, most likely we'll win. Depends, really.
Depends on what.
I mean, on what we're drinking, I guess.
I feel like you're not taking this very seriously.
I'm a bit preoccupied, I'll be honest.
What has your attention more than the world is ending? We just fought a giant world serpent. I mean,
Well, I'm kind of wondering what's eating you, you know? Like, I was already having a pretty bad day. Then there was a shopkeeper. And, like, I came down to the beach and you're all playing in the sand with some sort of snake thing. Like...
playing? We were playing.
Well, I was evacuating
We were
the people whilst you were, you know...
Yeah, you were over there playing. You got a hot dog?
Well, you know, I'd got everyone out and then it was just sitting there, like... And... I mean...
Cepheus almost died. Did you see him?
He's alright now.
Just to clarify, he's not all right.
I'm gonna
mean,
go over
look
to
at
my
him.
brother and heal him.
Janice.
He's obviously not all right.
Well, I mean, he looks mostly alright.
He does not, in fact, look mostly alright. He does not, in fact, look mostly alright. I just saw
No.
that.
No.
Thank you very much, Potato Hollow, for that $10 Patreon sub. You can spend an auto success on a player of your choice.
I don't understand. I don't understand what could be more important right now. You know?
Look, I'm just wondering about the viability of this whole thing. You know, honestly, I'm having second thoughts.
About us saving the world?
No, about this whole thing. Like, every time there's anyone around or anything, you seem to get just angry at me as like a base like go-to thing, and you know, like the whole "am I even here" thing. It's just, what even is that?
Well, you keep talking to people about me as if I'm not there. I mean, and what's your whole, I mean, it's okay, it's whatever. Like, who does that? The world is ending. Like, shit, who cares?
The world is always ending. Exactly. Who cares?
The world is not always ending.
Oh, do you think it's just gonna go on forever? Things
I
don't
mean,
last
I would
forever.
like-
Sometimes they barely
I'd
last
like
2 weeks.
For a little bit. I mean, what is your problem? We were so fine before, but now you have this whole issue with me and this? You gestured to all of me.
Yes, I have an issue with it. It's not. We're just not. We're not the same. We're not the same people. We're not.
So are you breaking up with me? Is that what you want?
I guess that I am. Yes.
You know what? Fine. You know what? Fine.
Good. Great. I'm glad that it's fine. I'm gonna head back to the flat. I'll see you all at the pub later. And gonna leave the.
You haven't come.
Skuka, yeah, you can walk out of the bar. You pass by Saphira and Seth on the way out.
On the way out, I will call back. Everyone was right, by the way. You're not even my type.
Oh. See, I was gonna step in and say something, but now I'm just gonna stand back and let Skuka walk away because of that comment.
Wait. Cicero, what just happened?
I'm gonna put my hand on my brother's shoulder and I said, I think the world just ended.
So we lost. Wait. Oh.
Let's go over and make sure Bubbles is okay.
Yeah. And I'll just immediately just start taking off and kind of quick paced walk towards Bubbles.
Yeah, likewise. I'm gonna go to Bubbles.
Bubbles, you're still at the bar unless you left.
No, I'm still there.
Okay, you're still at the bar. Two Minotaur brothers come up behind you.
He said he liked me.
I mean,
He did. And I think that scared him.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And she just walks towards the bathroom.
This isn't at all what they prepared us for in school.
no. I mean, I don't think that's something that they're supposed to.
Well, I mean, we didn't learn about this stuff at home either.
No, absolutely not. There was. It was just him.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Wait, Cepheus, were you gonna say something? Or...
I'm just gonna wait at a booth and just sit and wait for Bubbles.
Well, let's pan over first to Skuka. Where do you go?
Off of the beach, back into town. I don't go back to my car. I can't be arsed of it. I'm gonna instead pop into the nearest off-license or liquor store and grab myself a bottle.
And you can. What kind of drink do you want?
I'm gonna go for a lovely Islay Scotch whiskey. Lagavulin seems appropriate for this situation.
Okay. I'm assuming you drink it.
Yes, I start drinking it as if it was juice.
Okay, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
I'll choose to fail. I'm drinking to get drunk.
Okay, you take 2 levels of drunkenness, so your passive perception drops by 5, and your coordination wanes. You have disadvantage on strength, dexterity, and constitution ability checks. Do you want to talk with the shopkeeper, or is this a completely worthless exchange?
I think if they make any talk, I'm just gonna sort of look at them. There might be tears in my eyes. But they're not going on my cheeks. I'm holding them back.
The shopkeeper is a dwarf, clean-cut beard, sort of messy, scraggly red hair. Is sort of standing on a stool so that they're like eye level with you and just sort of, dude, you all right there?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, look, I run a liquor store, yo. I can kind of tell when people like aren't all right, dude. You need more than that.
God damn it! Why do I get asshole shopkeepers when I'm in a reasonably alright mood, and nice shopkeepers when I just want to buy alcohol and go?
I mean, you're welcome to buy alcohol and go. I'm just saying, you kind of look bummed out, dude.
Money on the counter, picks up bottle, leaves.
And you can. Are you heading anywhere in particular?
Town.
Anywhere particular in town?
Nope. I'll head to town and see where the noises take me.
Okay. We'll pan back to you. Let's hop over to Bubbles. Bubbles, what are you doing?
You know, Bubbles, she's crying in a bathroom stall. But just like little, like, tears. Not like the big fat ones, like she's scared. She's just kind of staring down at her feet and like just trying to figure out what happened.
As you do that, very similar to the last time you were crying in a bathroom, you feel that little tickle in the back of your head. And very familiar voice of your RA. So, like, I didn't see you today. Did you ditch class, or?
Is that it? Is that all the message?
That's it.
Okay. Oh, hi, Becca. I'm sorry. I guess I could tell you we're trying to save the world. So I haven't been to class. I've been a little busy.
Your game. No, totally valid excuse. Totally.
Thanks for checking.
Why is it every time I like message you, you're crying? This really needs to. It's not me. It's not me, right? It's just my luck, right?
No, it's just your luck. I cry often. I feel a lot of things.
Not a bad thing. Go feel things. Experience emotions. It's great. I wish I could do that.
Is it great? I don't know.
Care, right?
What? What did you say? I really didn't hear you.
It means you care, right?
I don't want to anymore. I'll probably stop by the dorm later and I'll pop in.
Okay. Do you need me to pick you up or something? Are you sure everything's okay?
I could walk. I'm fine.
You sure? Because I don't have class for the rest of the day, and I was today's like my night off. I don't have to do the hall duty thing. So like I can totally come pick you up if you need to.
Yeah, that'd be nice actually. Thank you. My red left.
All right. I will just look out for the red pickup truck. Yeah.
I love Becca so much. That's Raven. Okay, I'll keep an eye out. Thank you.
All right, stay safe. I really don't want to have to fight anything today. I'm really tired. And
Okay.
that'll be the last message you get.
Okay. She'll like wipe her eyes and wash her hands and go out of the bathroom and see Cepheus. It's a Sarah.
Hey, is everything all right? Something happened? Like, while you were gone?
I don't know, we just broke up. It's whatever.
I'm sorry, I wasn't there sooner. tried to find you guys.
I don't think you could have helped, but thank you, Seth. Becca's gonna come pick me up since Skukka left. Do you need a ride, Seth, since you live on campus too?
Yeah, if she has room for me.
She has a truck.
I can sit in the back.
Yeah. And so Sarah could probably hop in the back too. I think it would be fine. I think they tow a lot. Trucks. You know?
Yeah, if, I mean, it's not out of the way. If it is, I can walk. It's okay.
Or you could just drop us near. However, whatever makes it easiest.
She'll probably take you home. That's fine. So Jax is a god. She's a vessel of a god. She's trying to collect the shards. I meant to tell you.
For the opposite reason.
Wait,
for the
so-
opposite reason. Yep.
Did we get the shard?
No, she took them. She has both. But
Wait,
she
has both. Did
Oh,
did
she
she
has
pick
2,
ours?
and I have ours. No, she has 2, and I have ours.
So that's
we
all we
know
need.
where all 3 are.
Yes, and she says that she's gonna play a game, which is so annoying. I mean, seriously, like, who just grabs me off the beach like that, says we're gonna have a one-on-one thing, grabs her ex-boyfriend, my now ex-boyfriend, brings him in there like some fucking cat and mouse bullshit. I'm tired of this. I hate these people. It's not
Well-
fair anymore.
We're gonna stick it to them tonight. What time are we supposed to meet her?
I wrote down tonight. Raven just wrote down tonight.
To be fair, she did just say
Yeah.
tonight. If you
That's
know,
fair.
you know, she said the bar with no name. That's the bar that's beneath Scratticus flat. You know, it opens around like 9 p.m. normally. So you know, probably around that
We
time.
need to. Okay, we need to beat her in a drinking contest.
Yeah, which, I mean, I'm so good at that.
Oh?
That was sarcasm. I'm sorry.
No,
Came
drink.
off wrong.
No, you're okay. I was just... Why does she want to drink for the shards?
You know what her
Probably.
probably weird twisted ploy is to get us all super drunk and then just take the shard off of us. She's rude and mean and not even all that hot, to be honest. She does this weird shimmery thing where she turned into a dog person. I mean, if that's your thing, whatever.
Bubbles.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna just like gesture to my legs.
Oh,
Kinda.
but you're like a bull person. It's different.
Thank you.
Bubbles, we don't need to do this. I mean, we kind of need to do this. But you can sit this out if you need to.
Absolutely not. Let's do it.
I can make Skukka sit this one out if you like.
No. He needs to give a shit for once. Maybe he's good at drinking. It's the only thing that he's gonna work on.
Actually-
Seth is gonna bring out one of his little Tupperware containers of baked goods and just like sit it on the table, open it, just munch on a cookie. It's gonna be
I'm
like
just-
a banana white chocolate chip.
I'm just gonna reach over and help myself to a cookie as well.
If we're drinking,
To be-
we should be eating.
Yeah, Bubbles is also gonna take a cookie, but she's also just kind of dealing.
Okay. And as you deal and as you wait for not Bubbles, as you wait for Becca to pick you 3 up, let's go back to Skukka. where do you find yourself?
You know, Skooka has these intentions of going to like a bar or something. But we all know he ends up at Jack's flat.
Yep, kind of figured. You knock?
He stands there for a long time. But he knocks.
And the door opens. Jack's there. Leather jacket.
You know, that jacket looks stupid on you.
Well, thankfully I don't exactly care about your opinion. I like to wear what I wear.
So what are you up to?
Well, currently I am waiting and just biding my time before I get to meet you and your little friends for our little game.
Boring.
I was going to say there is a bottle of wine and an empty bed right here if you are not doing anything at the moment, but if you're going to be that rude about it, I can shut the door in your face.
You used to be fun.
I can still be. I just have a goal now. We don't have to fight this one out, darling.
He passes her the whiskey bottle.
Oh, she takes it. So, does your little friend know you're here?
Honestly, I'm not even sure if I'm here.
She takes a step close for you. And it puts a hand on your shoulder and then, like, kind of pulls you a little closer.
Hey, just because you're some kind of god, you still gotta earn the goods, alright?
Oh, darling, I intend to.
Well, I've never been that easy. We're going out.
Okay. Fair enough. Where exactly do you plan on taking me?
Pub crawl.
Are you trying to get me drunk before a drinking game?
Who are you?
Darling, I'm a lady who wants to win.
So you mean you're a lady who's scared of losing?
Are you scared of losing?
Losing what?
You know what? Good question. You've already lost your dignity.
Can't lose it if you haven't got it. That's the secret.
That's the Skooka I know.
You coming drinking or what?
Are you paying?
In a sense.
I trust you enough. Fair enough. She'll hold out her hand.
I take it.
Where do you take her?
Bars. Start at a jazz bar. Move on to another bar. Just anywhere that's open.
I'm not gonna have you roll for this, but how drunk does Skooka intend on getting?
I don't think that really crosses Skooka's mind. He just keeps on drinking.
Okay. I will say you take, throughout the course of the night, over a few hours, you take another 3 levels of drunkenness. So your words start slurring, you have disadvantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma checks. You have poor balance, you have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws, and your speed is halved. But this happens over the course of several hours.
That sounds like a good amount of drunk.
Okay.
What about her?
She gets tipsy. Let me see. I will actually roll for her. She does not have a good constitution for the gun. It's a 10, so she gets to about, well, she gets 3 levels of drunkenness as well, but she started out pretty dry, so she's only at level 3 drunkenness, but she does not stop you from drinking as much as you do, but she definitely does not drink as much as you are drinking. She's not drinking to get drunk, she's drinking to have a good time.
And it'll start as Skuka just jibing and stuff, but eventually they'll start laughing and joking. It's hard not to when you spend a day drinking.
And she will respond. It's like old friends. You've had enough common interests and you've done this enough times. It's like slipping into old shoes. Of course, it doesn't feel as comfortable as it used to, especially with the nagging breakup in the back of your head, but it's comfortable enough.
No, window onto Skuka's brain, he's feeling pretty disgusted. Even through the drunkenness.
Does he acknowledge it or ignore it?
That's what alcohol's for.
Okay. Do we need to see anything else that happens tonight?
He's gonna be... He's not looking for a hookup. He's just looking for fun. Drinking all day does that, and maybe some subconscious parts of him thinks maybe he can give an advantage to the group later on, but that's almost not really a thought, it's just like an excuse. If that makes sense.
Okay. You and Jack can spend the rest of the night together, doing whatever you'd like. For the other 3 of you, Becca does come and pick you up. Bubbles, you can sit in the passenger seat. The Minotaur brothers can sit in the truck bed. There are like seat belts, question mark there, but it's safe enough, and honestly, you don't have to shrink down, so it's pretty dang comfortable.
In the back seat, in the truck bed with Seth, I'm gonna ask my brother if he's okay. Are you okay, Seth?
Yeah. Bubbles talked to me on the beach. She's been kind of helping me.
Yeah, she's a good one. Kind of. I mean, I don't get scared easily, but you kind of scared me a bit against that snake. You weren't yourself.
That doesn't usually happen. I try not. I tried not to get that angry. I don't know what happened. Just something about it just hurt. Hurt a lot. That's all. The last thing I remember. Do you recognize? And I'm gonna try and describe to Cesara the voice that keeps appearing in my head, like this like feminine kind of southern accented voice, and see if like him being older, if he recognizes it, like if it's someone in the family, being that like last time I mentioned they said something that our father used to say to me, at least. I don't know if he said it to Cesara.
Do you mention?
Yeah, I'm recognizing the voice, and I told you last time it was there in what they said.
Right.
You recognize the words that have said, but the voice itself, or the way Cepheus is describing that voice, doesn't sound like a family member. But those words, those ring true. Those are things that have been heard and said repeatedly to Seth, and in similar veins almost to you.
That I can't think of anyone from our past that has a southern voice. At least not with the soft intonation that you mentioned here. But those words, obvious. I mean, maybe if I could hear it myself, but well, obviously I can't. I would like to next time. I mean, that's twice that's happened in as many days.
It's twice it's happened a day, to be honest.
Oh, in one day, yeah.
Start blacking out. Yeah.
You know, before we part ways, before I get dropped off, or Seth gets dropped off, whoever gets dropped off first, I'm going to that only lasts 10 minutes. That only lasts 1 minute. Okay, I'm going to cast Protection from Evil on Seth. It only lasts 10 minutes, but it's the thought that counts.
Protection is a constant disadvantage attack rolls can be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. Possessed target disadvantage on any saving throw as well. Okay, good to know.
Yeah. I don't expect that something in the next 10 minutes will happen, but I'm just doing it more as a gesture that I'm doing what I can to protect my brother. If that's twice now. If it happens a third time, well, I don't know what we'll do, but we'll try to do something.
Yeah. Just, if it comes to it, don't let me hurt anyone.
If it comes to it.
I'll just kind of look down for a minute and then kind of stick my face. I'm assuming that this truck is like the one that has like the bed, and then there's like the weird like slidey back window to the pickup, and just like stick my face and like tap on the window. What? And just turn back to Susra for a minute because he wanted to say something.
I'm not going to let anything happen to you.
We can always try, but sometimes things just happen.
Yeah, you and I know that more than most. But I will protect you from whatever is out there. And from yourself, if I need to.
I'll do the best I can.
Let's pan inside the cab of the car to Becca and Bubbles.
Becca will see a very red, swollen-eyed face of Bubbles get into the truck, into the cab, and kind of try not to make eye contact with her. And she's like, "Thanks, Becca, for coming and pick us up. Thanks for letting them come with us too."
The minute you walk, you like open the door, she's already holding out a box of tissues for you.
She will take the tissues and she will start to kind of sob a little to herself.
Okay. As you close the door and you sit down, and as Becca starts pulling onto the highway and the brothers are talking in the basket, she just sort of doesn't make eye contact with you, but just sort of goes, "Okay, what did Skooka do?"
No, we broke up is all.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming it wasn't like a good breakup.
No, I don't even know why. He said that I wasn't his type and that people were right. And I just don't understand. He told me earlier today that he liked me.
And you see a
Okay.
genuinely confused look pass over Becca's face. And she sort of shakes her head. Yeah, you know, I don't know. He's... To be fair, I think you're the longest person he's been with. Like in a serious capacity.
It was like his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend showed up and she... I mean, I guess it changed his mind. I guess I'm not tall like her. I guess I'm not pretty like her. I mean, I can't pull off a little jacket like that.
Okay, but like leather jackets are overrated and way too warm. So like, I mean, props to whoever for committing to the aesthetic, but you don't need that.
It was at a beach. I thought it was very strange.
Whatever, people do whatever they want, and honestly, I couldn't give a shit. You don't need that, though, and you don't need him. I'm not very good at the comforting thing, to be honest. But you're fine on your own. You're good, and you're strong, and damn if you can tame someone like Scooga even for 2 weeks. You are a far more impressive person than you think you are.
I didn't want to tame him. I wanted to be like him. I'm always scared. I'm never picked. Not very well liked. And he liked me. He was the first person to ever just like me. He seemed to just really like me for who I was. But I guess he really didn't, you know? Maybe I was just, I mean, I can't even tell you why he would have picked somebody like me. Nobody else ever has. So.
I like you. Not like that, obviously, but, you know. I didn't have to come and pick you up. But I wanted to.
Thank you, Bubbles. Becca. Sorry, that was me. Thanks, Becca.
You're welcome. You're, you know, don't tell anyone else in the hall I said this, but you're kind of one of my favorites. I'm not supposed to have favorites, but you're cool, I guess.
Thanks, Becca.
Do you want me to, like, punch his face later?
No, I'd probably kill him.
I mean, there are people who can bring him back, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I did say he shouldn't be a dick, so, I mean, I did warn him.
It's okay. Still have to save the world.
Did you like him?
Yeah, I really did.
Did you like him, or did you just want to be like him?
Both. I wanted to be somebody that someone like him would like. And it doesn't really matter anymore. You know?
Well, I have a couple extra tickets to a little punk show. You want to come?
When is it?
That's tonight.
Well, we have to play a game with some gods or something?
Roll me an insight check.
Okay. I'm not good at what insight. Oh, but I rolled well. So 18.
An 18?
Yeah, 18.
When you mention gods, it's like you're at a stoplight. When you mention gods, though, she breaks a little harder than she should have.
I have like no filter. I'm like, whatever. I mean, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, I think now.
I will also give you this on an 18. It is surprise. It's surprise, but you can tell by the look on her face, she's not necessarily surprised at the mention of gods. She's surprised that you know about the gods.
Why do you have that face?
What
What
face?
is
This is my normal face.
This isn't your normal face. This
No,
isn't.
I'm pretty sure this is my normal face.
You have a look. Are
Where
you
exactly?
trying to ask me out? Is that
No,
what you're doing?
no, you're like 3 years younger than me, and that's weird. Also, I'm your RA, and you should not date your RA.
Okay, okay. I mean, you're the one offering me tickets, and then you have that face. Explain face. I mean, I just broke up with my boyfriend Becca.
Yeah, and I don't. That's ew, gross. No, I just don't do the love
I'm-
thing. Honest,
Gross.
I meant people who like try to do rebounds. That's gross. That's gross, and I wouldn't do that. You're not emotionally. You just got out of a breakup. It would not be responsible, regardless of me being your RA, to try anything. Also, I literally can't do that. I'm your RA.
Well, what is the face?
Nothing. Where exactly are you going? I can take you there.
The dorms. I should probably change.
I meant for the tonight,
Oh,
your little game.
bar with no name.
You want me to take you? Since you're a bride, kind of, you know.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
You know, I know I'm usually strict about the whole, all girls floor thing, but your friends can hang out if they need to.
Okay. Probably have to stop and get Seth another shirt.
He lives in the dorms, right?
Yeah, he does.
Okay. And she will drive off, and they will continue to drive. Is there anything you three would like to do during the drive before you pull up to the dorms?
I was just gonna tap on the window and ask if Bubbles is okay. That's all.
Bubbles, you hear a tapping on the window.
Oh, hey, Seth. We're gonna stop and get you a new shirt, okay?
Will we have time for me? Can I shower? Seawater is.
Yeah, I think we have time. Yeah.
Are you okay? Like, I mean, I know you can't be completely. It's not the greatest thing, but.
You know, I'm not really feeling okay, but we have a lot going on. And that's all I will say about that. Yeah.
If you need anything, I'm sure. I mean, I can try. I can bake. That's the.
And
Extend.
Bubbles will take a hand and like put it on. If there's a hand on the window, or if like she could just like touch his face.
It's just like mostly like his face in the window. He can't get his head in the window because the horns, but like his face is in the window.
Yeah, she'll just like put a hand to his face and she'll be like, "Thank you."
Yeah. Of course. Anything.
And you three can go back to the dorms. Seth can shower. Susira, you can. Becca turns a blind eye if you decide to hang out with Bubbles. She will also direct you towards the direction of Cepheus' dorm if you want to hang out with your brother more. Is there anything any of you specifically would like to do during this time?
At some point, I'm going to shower and change as well, but I can do that when I get. I live on top of the bar with no names, so.
Yep. So you can either shower. You have time to shower here if Cepheus lets you borrow his dorm shower. But you know, it's up to you.
I'm sure my clothes fit him as well. If he just wants to stop here and do like a one stop.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I'll lend him some clothes and shower.
Bubbles, I'm assuming you also you change and stuff.
Yep. Gonna change.
If there's nothing all three of you would like, nothing else all three of you would like to do, we can fast forward. And around 8:30, 9 p.m., Becca will kind of knock on your door. Bubbles, are you ready?
Yes. Yeah, and she'll come out and just change. She's wearing a dress. She looks pretty.
Becca has changed too. She's wearing sort of like she's wearing like one of those jean jackets, but like the jean vests, and it's got like a bunch of pins on it, and like a tie-dye shirt and like black jeans and combat boots. You've never seen her wear anything other than her RA uniform, and this is a little weird.
You look cool.
I mean, again, I'm not on RA duty, and I'm not wearing a polo shirt to a bar.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I message your friends. They'll probably be down by the car. Let's go.
Okay.
And all three of you can pile back into the red pickup truck of Becca and head to the bar with no name. And let me go find. I don't know if I have any bar music actually. It's fine. Oh wait, I do. Wait, I know. Wait, hold on. There we go. Let me turn off the side music. When you go inside, you pass by the bar a little bit when you went to stay in Skuka and Sasira's flat for the night. But this time, you go inside the bar proper. It is, once you go inside, the building front itself has no windows, has a single door. Someone outside the door just sort of like, lazily checking IDs, but it doesn't really matter. And when you go inside, it is dark and vaguely hazy. There are license plates all over the walls of different hubs, different cities, and different states, all kind of dented and broken and rusted over. There is a faint orange light coming from these sort of globules. They look like the dancing light globules. They're vaguely orange, and you can see them sort of hovering in little corners of the room. But you can also see in the center of the room there is a sort of the swirling, not whirlwind, but like a tornado of these dancing light globules that are going purple and red and pink. And they're sort of casting little spotlights across the room, almost like sparkles as they sort of whirl in the center. You can see in the very far back on a rickety wooden stage, there is a band playing, kind of a crap punk band. There's someone sort of between the bar proper area and the stage in the back. There is another person there. Looks like they're collecting tickets of some kind, but you can hear the music throughout the bar, so it just seems like the tickets are for the concert proper area in the back. There are red leather seats, sort of against dark wooden tables, and a bar counter, black, and with an array of green and blue and white bottles filled with various different liquors sort of stacked along the counter. You did, in fact, get a short rest, everyone. Except for maybe Scoop. I think Scoop got a short rest. Yeah, we'll say Scoop got a short rest, unless he was partying very hard. You're muted, Scrat.
Yeah, no, he was day partying. He can have a short rest.
So all
Although,
you can do,
actually, he doesn't really need it.
yeah, he's fine. But everyone can get a short rest. And Becca joins you. Becca just kind of goes, do you need me to stick around? Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead to the back. This is my last set of concert tickets Scoop is like ever going to give me, so I'm going to use them.
Okay, go use them.
Wait.
I gotta hang out here.
Oof. Ooh, Zelda, no.
Zelda!
Zelda, why can't you roll?
You get your Constitution bonus though. You still.
Zelda, I'll be nice. I'll let you re-roll that nat one. I feel really shitty about that. Re-roll that nat one, please.
Which?
The nat one.
How's that short rest doing you for?
God, y'all rolled terribly. Well,
So
you-
bad.
You still get your Constitution modifier, so
For
you.
each of them, so I get. It's still so bad.
How did you roll 3 2s and a 1?
I just wanted some health back.
Can I give him some of my hit dice?
It's fine. I got one more I can spend if I wanna.
I just love, like, you had a maximum potential there of 48 and you rolled 7.
Yep.
Zelda, I'm also gonna give you an extra 5 hit points.
Okay, I'm gonna add this up first and see what's going on. I got
10.
8. It's 18 plus the 4 plus 8. So I got 26. I'm okay. It's okay. It'll be okay.
So you don't need the 5 hit points?
It's okay. I mean, we're not getting into a fight. I think it's okay.
Okay.
Are in the bar. You don't see Jack yet. You also, Skooga's nowhere to be found in this area. What do you do?
Jack hasn't showed up.
Not
Neither
yet.
has Skooga. Who's tending bar?
The bartender is a goblin lady. Black braid kind of down the back of her skull, greenish skin with long pointed ears. Very adept, kind of doing some of those, like, casually doing some of the bar tricks, like, you know, tossing bottles over her shoulder, but generally unperturbed.
How high is the bar counter, and how tall is this goblin?
She's on a stool.
She's on a stool. Okay.
If you actually kind of look, you can see, like, a series of, like, stools. That she
Oh,
just-
three stools that are stacked, and she's on top.
Well, no, it's like 3 stools, like one right next to each other, so she can just kind of hop from one to the
Got
other,
it.
so she can
I
stay
see.
level with the bar.
I say that's a clever way of tending bar.
Yeah. You know, it's what I do.
You have to be fairly acrobatic to
Yeah.
tend bar while also balancing on stools.
You also have to be kind of sensitive to noise, because, man, it gets loud in here.
Yeah, I imagine. I'm just impressed. You're good with your feet.
Well, thank you. You're not getting a free drink.
Oh, fair enough. I wasn't looking for a free drink, but okay. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you.
Did you want anything?
Yeah, I'll have a
Alright. You want, like,
something.
something fancy? You want something magical, or just, like, some regular shit?
Well, I probably shouldn't get too drunk just yet. So I'll just have a water for now. Ugh.
All right. And you can actually see her like snap her fingers, and a mage hand sort of flares up, and this sort of turquoise green, speckly, translucent hand kind of flies up. Very adeptly grabs a plastic cup, fills it with water from the cooler, and then slides it your direction. Right? Yeah, that's on the house. Don't worry about it.
Thanks.
If you look around the bar, you can also see a couple of other patrons. Roll me a perception check. Everyone. All three of you, except for Skook isn't here yet.
Seth's gonna turn off his little shitty Timex watch because it's ringing. It's time to eat. And order food, whatever, burger, fries. And he's gonna order he's gonna order for the three of them because if we're drinking, it's kind of necessary.
Okay.
Food is good. Seth, what am I wearing?
It's what it fit me in high school. I mean, it's a high school like kind of jersey shirt. It was whatever the team was for Seth's high school wrestling team.
A high school wrestling team jersey jacket, shirt. So,
I mean,
sounds good.
Do you want to wear my jacket? And he like goes to like take his.
It's fine. That's probably too big for me. I just wasn't sure what this was.
No, it's just a wrestling t-shirt.
I've
kept it for sentimental reasons, but haven't really worn it much. So.
Cepheus, can you roll me a perception check?
Yes, I can.
Bubbles, what did you roll?
I rolled a 19. I'm rolling so good tonight.
Makes sense.
19.
Oh wow, all of you. I guess all y'all are tense enough to look around and notice. You see, in the corner, not necessarily like kind of on the. Well, first thing you see Becca kind of almost go to the back area and then make a detour and kind of go to the edge of the bar and order something, and you're just sort of sitting there waiting. You also see sort of on the border between like the concert area and the bar area, there are two people sitting at a table. One is a lanky blue tiefling with horns that wrap around the side and shaggy wavy navy hair. The other is a dwarf, completely bald with a thick black beard, dark skin. On the back, you can see tattooed is the image of an ibis sort of crawling up his neck, crawling down his neck, and the wings kind of wrap around his head, and you can see the head and the beak of the bird kind of crest up over over his skull. Both of them are wearing leather jackets, on the back of which say Dread Mischief. You remember the back of Jack's jacket said the same thing.
Bubbles just kind of does like this kind of motion. Does anybody know where Scratticus is?
I think now would be a great time for Scratticus to walk in.
Yeah, I'll walk in just behind Jack. I'm gonna say I've got to level 8 drunkenness. The sort of can't stand without support drunkenness. Not quite throwing up.
So, for people at home, your speed is halved. Attacks against you have advantage. Unless you are leaning against something, you fall prone at the end of your turn.
That's the one. And I will just sort of lean on Jack more than anything else and get to the table. Probably laughing my ass off.
Jack is laughing too. She's got an arm around you.
What does Jack look like right now?
Same way she's always looked. Leather jacket, jeans, tall wedge-heeled boots, and a leather jacket on the back of which says Dread Mischief. Though if you look close enough, you can see the R in Dread has been scratched off, so it looks more like it says Dead Mischief on the back. She gives you 3 little wave, and kind of shakes Skuka a little.
Yeah. Hey! How are y'all doing?
Skuka.
I sit in a chair.
What are you doing?
Bubbles like goes around and she just goes to the bar.
Drinking.
How long have you been drinking?
Since I left you guys earlier.
How long have you been drinking with Jack?
Most of that time. For the Rage Dice Priory.
So, if you've been drinking the whole time, and we're supposed to be doing some kind of contest that also involves drinking, are you just opting out at this point?
Right. You want me to be able to drink in the drinking game?
I thought
I'd
that
be
would
right.
have been-
I'd be right back. All right. Just gonna go to the bathroom.
I'm gonna follow him.
I'll just go check on Bubbles.
Skuka, what are you doing in the bathroom? Are you just like, are you?
He's just gonna go chuck up.
Oh, that's what I
He's
figured.
that's
doing a
what I thought it was gonna be.
tactical bomb.
Tactical vomit.
Do we want to roll for tactical bomb? Or do we just want you to like reduce to have your drunkenness?
Let's roll for it. See how effective.
We will do. I will say if you, we'll do a DC 15 Constitution. If you fail, then you will only lose 3 levels of drunkenness. But if you succeed, you will lose 6. I don't know how drunk.
Oh.
Hey, guess what though? Guess what? I have a special rule when it comes to critical fails.
Ooh, right.
Would you like to make that a success, but I get to add complication into the game?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no.
Indeed. You move from 8 levels of drunkenness to 2, so your passive perception is dropped by 5. And I get to bank a complication.
I go to this. There's a lot of noise in there, and then I'm sort of going to the sink and just splashing water on my face.
I said I was following him, so after he's done puking. What the shock are you thinking? Is that your answer?
I don't know, sir.
Yeah, I can tell.
Did I mess up?
You messed up hard. You messed up real hard. Do you know what's at stake here? Forgetting for a second how much you've probably really hurt that girl. Did you forget for a second that we are dealing with like end of the world scenario?
But I mean, you know, Jack's kind of a god and stuff, and I didn't know that. Did you know that? I didn't know that. And
I didn't know that either. But what difference does that make? Is she a god of manipulation for Skuka?
no, I think I manipulated myself into this one, actually.
You damn right you did.
I should take the credit where credit's due. Wait. What I'm doing, Cesare?
I could tell. I'm not sure if I should feel sorry for you or if I should be downright pissed at you.
Look,
You picked a terrible time to not that there was ever a good time, but you picked the worst time to throw in with the enemy. To emotionally place half of our team in peril.
All right, look, I won't participate. I'll head back to the flat. I don't think it's far from here.
No, you're not going to head back to the flat. This is what you're going to do. We're going to turn this terrible situation you've created into an advantage. You're going to go out there. You're going to go out there and you're going to make Jack believe you're on her side. And if we, for some reason, lose this stupid game, it's going to fall to you to make sure she does not have those stones at the end of the night.
All right.
And then when this is all said and done, you need to apologize to Bubbles. I'm not saying you need to get back together with her because I think that ship has sailed, but Skuka, I'm your friend, but you know, we're not in high school anymore.
What's my age again?
I don't know, 21?
That was an in-character question.
Oh.
Well, I always forget because you changed the number on your driver's license. But
That's true.
21. Yeah, 21 is my best estimate.
Yeah, that seems about right. All right. So, all right. I go and convince Jack that I'm on her side and stab her in the back.
Yeah.
Easy. I can stab a god in the back. Stab everyone else in the back. I can stab a god in the back.
If anyone could do it, it's you.
I'll do it. I'll stab a god in the back.
All right. I throw him a towel and I said, now clean yourself up. And then I leave the washroom.
Let's pan very quickly over Bubbles and Seth. Bubbles, were you doing anything in particular in the bar, just for the sake of time?
I was just gonna ask for a drink real quick and whatever. They're like, oh, what do you want? And I'll just say, whatever. Just get me whatever.
They get you if you say whatever, it's water. It's gonna be water.
Then water then.
It's just
Then water, that's fine. I'm glad you made the decision. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. It's if it's whatever, then the goblin bartender's just gonna hand you a glass of water, say it's on the house, and move off. Becca just kind of looks at you and then sort of motions you closer.
Okay, I'll go closer.
Wait, you're drinking with them. That's who you're drinking with.
Against, yes.
Drinking again. Okay. This is fine. This is the first time you have seen. Becca's trying to hide it. Becca looks stressed.
Why are you freaking out? This will be fine. Probably the only person that could have beat them is drunk literally off his ass. Shouldn't have even come at this point. But whatever. Why are you stressed?
At that moment, Jack will kind of come over and just sort of pat you on the shoulder. Darling, would you like to choose the first round of drinks? Your choice. We'll alternate.
How about you just give me a minute, please? I'll come find you.
Over. Oh, hi, Becca. You know, we could use a fourth, I believe. What say you? Gods versus mortals. And Becca's face looks really, really tense. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session of Apotheosis.
Becca's a god!
I knew it.
No RA is that nice.
Teehee.
Oof.
Oops.
Really should have titled this episode, Whoops.
Bad
Whoops.
decisions in general. Oops.
Scratticus Academy. We evoke emotions.
And
Which ones? Which ones?
All of them.
All
At
of
once.
them.
Also, I should probably shout out that tactical vomiting is not a healthy way to deal with alcoholism.
No, it doesn't actually work the way people think it does.
It's true. It's true.
I mean, it can stop you from getting drunker
Yeah.
if you still have alcohol in your system. Like if it's once it's processed in your blood, you're done. You won't get any less drunk.
Yeah.
You can stop yourself from getting drunker, but it will not make you less drunk.
I mean, he's a hobgoblin. Perhaps his anatomy is different that allows for
I'm pretty sure he just got shit-faced.
No.
And then you have a benevolent DM who allows things on critical failures. So
Oh, this is gonna be great. Okay, I just had a great idea.
okay.
Cool. Well, I hope everyone's okay. Pretty heavy this episode. I'll be dealing with betrayal until next session. We have credits to exit out on, so I'll put some closing links in the chat there. Please check them out. We've got all the places you can support us, contact us, interact with us and our community. Also places you can find our sponsors, Bird and the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press, whom we're grateful to because they make this all possible. Also, we're going to be releasing the remaining two character playlists in the Discord after the show. That'll be the second link is the Discord. Come and tune in. We'll be in the curriculum in the Apotheosis chat, revealing character playlists. And also we'll be doing some Ask Me Anythings in there. So come along and check that out. We will be going on a raid as well. I like that raid cry of the world is always ending. That's beautiful. I'll find someone to raid. In the meantime, we'll be back next week with more Apotheosis, and we'll be back tomorrow with even more shows. Keep on evoking emotions, everyone, and we'll see you later on. Bye.
Bye.
Ooh! Oh, it's Dame. Dame.
Dame, thank you so much for the biddies.